Not all probiotics are created equal. New Purina Systemic Supplement remains live and active after the pelleting process and throughout the digestive system, making it all the way to the hind gut. Systemic was designed to support normal recovery after exercise and occasional gastrointestinal stress. Whether you're using a probiotic now or not, it's time to use a live and active supplement from a name you trust. Visit mq.purinamills.com to try Purina Systemic Probiotic Supplement today.
Do This Now for Stress-Free Summer Trail Rides and was originally published on March 27, 2025. With the sun lingering a little longer and the scent of spring in the air, it's the perfect time to start thinking about your favorite time of year: summer trail riding. Before you load up your horse and head for the hills, there are a few things you should tackle to ensure your adventure goes off without a hitch. From your rig to your tack, to conditioning your trail horse, and even your route planning, a little preparation now can save you from headaches down the trail. Let's first look at the steps you can take to prepare yourself, your gear, and your rig. Then we'll go through the expert advice from renowned clinician and horsewoman, Stacy Westfall, on preparing your horse for summer trips. Give your rig a thorough once-over before hitting the trail. Your trailer has likely been sitting through the colder months. And even if it's been in use, don't forget routine maintenance checks. Start with the basics. Inspect your tires for wear and tear, checking for cracks or low pressure. Trailer tires are often overlooked, but they age even when not in use. Be sure to examine your spare tire, too, and make sure that you have the necessary equipment to change a blown tire on the side of the road. Prepare your rig now. Make sure you have time for general maintenance requirements before you hit the road in a couple months. Now, take a close look at the lights and electrical components. Have a friend help you confirm that your brake lights, turn signals, and running lights are all functioning properly. While you're at it, test your trailer braking system and ensure it's responsive. Go for a short drive down the road with an empty trailer to test your trailer brakes. Don't forget to inspect your hitch, collar, and safety chains for any signs of rust or damage. Inside the trailer, check for loose or sharp edges that could injure your horse. Clean out any leftover bedding and give the mats a good rinse, and look your floorboards over carefully. Proper ventilation is crucial, so inspect the vents and windows, ensuring they open and close smoothly. If you're in a warmer climate where bees and hornets are already active, look your trailer over for signs of nests. Taking the time now to complete these safety checks can prevent major issues down the road. Assess your gear. Whether your tack is brand new or endured its fair share of rides, wear and tear can be sneaky. Lay out your saddle, bridle, and all other gear, then inspect every inch. Check for cracked leather, frayed stitching, and worn-out buckles. Tighten Chicago screws, give your cinch, back cinch, and latigo a good look over, and ensure that you don't have any weak spots in your gear. Do this before every ride as well. Give your saddle pad a good once-over too. Wash and dry it thoroughly to remove sweat, dirt, and hair. A clean pad not only keeps your horse comfortable, but also prevents irritation and sores. A general guideline is to wash your saddle pad every 50 rides or so. Follow the cleaning instructions for the material that you use. Wool needs different care than neoprene. Summer trail riding can build up a sweat quick, so make cleaning your pad a habit. Giving your gear a thorough inspection isn't just about aesthetics. Worn or damaged equipment poses a safety hazard to both you and your horse. Lenpre/Adobe at stock.com. And don't forget your own trail riding gear. Your boots, helmet, and other essentials should be checked for damage. Keeping your gear clean and well-maintained isn't just about aesthetics. It's about keeping you and your horse safe. Plan your summer trail riding adventure. Now that your rig and gear are in check, it's time to start planning your route for summer trail rides. This is a great task for those stuck inside during a spring snowstorm. Research local trails or consider exploring a new location this summer. Look into trail conditions, seasonal restrictions, and any permits you might need. National and state parks often have specific regulations for horseback riding, so be sure to check ahead. Consider the length and difficulty of the trails, as well as water sources and camping spots if you're heading out for overnight trips. Knowing the terrain will help you decide whether your horse is going to be able to handle these trails. Download or print maps of the trails and familiarize yourself with landmarks to navigate confidently. It's also a good idea to check the weather forecast for your planned riding days. Summer storms can roll in unexpectedly, so having a backup plan is always smart. This tip is specific to the days before your ride, but if you're riding in new country, you can familiarize yourself with typical weather patterns for the time of year you're going. Some areas get snow well into the warm months. Preparing your horse for summer trail riding adventures. Stacy Westfall walks us through her springtime steps to condition her trail horse and prepare him for the new sights and sounds he'll find on the trail. Gearing up after winter downtime. If you live in a cold weather climate, you might give your horse the winter off to rest and recharge. When you're bringing your trail horse back into work, prepare for extra energy and a fresh horse that's ready to go. But remember that freshness can sometimes accidentally become a problem. If your horse feels up when riding outside again, think about whether your reactions are reinforcing trust or unintentionally confirming their concerns, Westfall says. Recalling a recent situation where a fresh horse was receiving mixed messages from the rider. I was coaching a student the other day who mentioned her horse was up when she rode outside in the driveway for the first time this spring, and again when she opened the end door on the indoor arena. We talked about the rider's default response and whether it was helping build future confidence or creating more uncertainty. In this case, the horse had been ridden in both of these situations before, and the rider could identify in her own body where she was backing off instead of supporting the horse. As soon as the rider focused on supporting with her aids, the horse's focus returned to the rider. Use everyday spaces for reintroducing trail skills. You spend most of your time at home, not on the trail, so prepare your horse for trail riding challenges in the comfort and safety of your own space. Whether your horse is a seasoned trail veteran or this will be his first year out and about, you can use what you have at your disposal to give him a change of scenery. I think people often miss what can be done by simply riding in the driveway or, if it's dry enough, in the pasture, Westfall said. My horses are often excited by the change of scenery and the spring weather, so even though they have been ridden over the winter, they do have a change. Westfall emphasized the importance of using your property to prepare your horse for the trail. For this reason, I ride inside and then, when the weather allows, I go out into the driveway. Many barns have paths that lead to pastures or paddocks, or parking lots big enough to turn trucks and trailers, which also means space to ride. Utilize what you have at home to give your horse a change of scenery after his winter off, and be prepared for him to react to new sights. Making the transition from riding indoors to outdoors, when you switch up the scenery, even the most seasoned horses can sit up and take note. For this reason, Westfall advocates making the transition to outdoor riding gradual to build your horse's confidence as you go. Starting outside in controlled areas before hitting the trails helps ease the transition. Westfall notes, adding her general riding routine when making the switch from indoors to outdoors. I start by riding the first part of my ride inside first, then move to my driveway. Even this small change can bring out extra energy in my horses. When you're introducing new scenery to your horse, even around your own property, take this time to evaluate how he handles it. It's better to prepare at home for your horse's reaction to novel things than to face surprises 5 miles out on the trail. Transition to outside riding slowly, giving your horse time to build confidence. Notice whether your horse simply acknowledges distractions or completely loses focus. Small adjustments now can prevent bigger issues on the trail, Westfall advises. With 3 horses in her string that are all new trail partners this year, she's taking time to learn their habits when riding outside. When I go outside with any of them, I'm noticing things that stay the same as in the indoor arena and things that change. These include how they respond to my rein cues, how often their focus leaves me to look at something, and how completely their focus leaves. Do they notice the chipmunks but remain aware of them, meaning they didn't truly leave, or do they see something in the distance and ignore cues? For example, if they stiffen, resist bending, or require stronger cues, I expect up to a 10% change. Anything more than that is a red flag, she says. Conditioning your horse at home. When it comes to conditioning your trail horse after a winter off, bring him back into shape slowly to reduce the risk of injury or burnout. It's important to take this time to leg your horse up so you can hit the trails knowing he's ready to tackle whatever terrain you encounter. In the spring, when I'm building up my horse's fitness for trails, my arena rides are as long or longer than my trail rides and more intense, Westfall said. She builds her at-home conditioning program to match her trail riding plans. For example, if my first trail ride is going to be 30 minutes, 15 out and 15 back, I want to be riding longer than that in the arena, including at a trot and lope. If trails aren't accessible yet, start conditioning on hills or open areas nearby. A few minutes of hill work early in the season builds strength before longer rides, Westfall said, adding that you should take it slow to build your horse's stamina over time. I have some hills behind my barn that I begin riding up and down as soon as conditions allow. This helps with both strength building and mental adjustment before I take my horses to the trails, where hills will be part of the ride. An ounce of prevention. A little time spent on maintenance, gear checks, and thoughtful planning will ensure that you and your horse are ready to hit the trails safely and comfortably. When the sun rises on your first big adventure of the season, you'll be glad you took these steps. Maintain your rig, check your gear, and prepare your horse both physically and mentally to get the most out of your trail riding adventures. Get ready to enjoy nature and the warm weather with your four-legged trail partner, and remember, that journey is best experienced with peace of mind.